Hi, my beautiful friend. Danielle Lynn, the Soul Alchemist here. And if you're watching this video, today we're going to ask ourselves a very empowering question. Am I a product of my environment, or am I the creator, the shifter, the guiding force of my environment? You see, a lot of us live in this world, but on some level we feel kind of like well, maybe we're powerless to it. Or maybe we feel like we have a lot of power in our lives, but some things are just out of our control. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can be aware of the perspective and really how powerful you are in shaping and molding and guiding your environment. So I'm actually going to start with a story. Today I was going out for brunch with my partner and with my mother, and it was about an hour until they closed the kitchen, and we came up there, and the place was full because it was delicious. And they said to us, "Well, I'm sorry, we're kind of full. You're just, there's three of you. There was a lot of two-seating tables there, but you might just be out of luck. But if you can find something, go for it." So we took a look, and a lot of the two-seater tables were not very well equipped for seating three people. Like some of them were out in aisleways and passageways, and so we wouldn't be able to put a chair up without it being a serious fire hazard. So we walked around a bit, and then I noticed this incredible, cozy looking table, and it had two chairs at it, two big armchairs, because this was a very cute kind of restaurant that had that fun, cozy decor. And so we're looking at these chairs, and I'm like, I want to sit there. There's no one there. We can make this happen. And my mom and partner were looking around and going, well, are you sure? And at that point, I had made my decision I wanted to eat there. I had made my decision that that's the direction I wanted to go. And a lot of times when we ask, is this okay? Can I do this? Then a lot of times we're actually standing in our own way of what we can experience. And in this scenario, I was like, well, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for what I want. And they can always come turn around and tell me, well, you can't do that or whatever. And in which case I might have been like, are you sure? But I said, okay, I want this. How can I make this work? I noticed there was another chair nearby, so I picked it up, brought it over there, and we sat down. And then just a waiter came right up to us, handed us brunch menus, and said, okay, here you go. And it wasn't any problem. A lot of the people made it sound like we were going to have an issue or have a hard time finding it, but I went right in and found something and just made it work for three people. And what I'm saying is, in that situation, I wasn't letting the environment tell me that it wasn't possible. I understand that's a simple example with moving chairs, but in a very real way, there was a time in my life when I would have been like, oh, well, I don't know if this is okay, or if I should do this, or if I'm allowed to do this. And nowadays, I'm asking less, am I allowed? And I'm asking more, what is it that I want? What is it that I'm choosing to create in the moment? Because when we give ourselves permission to get really clear on what's the most important to us, then we can make these decisive choices in our lives. And even small things, seemingly small things like finding seats in a restaurant, or choosing your favorite kind of meal that day, or saying no to an invitation when you feel a little obligated to say yes, but you know that you truly want to say no. These are all the ways in which you show reality that you're crafting your environment. You're the one at the helm. And, there might be situations where you're at the helm and you're like, okay, I want to do this. And maybe it doesn't pan out. But you really won't know until you put your full choice to go in there with it. And like I said, the more you do that, the more you're decisive, the more you give yourself permission to step forward, the more you're going to become aware that you are the one shaping your reality. Any stories, any excuses, any fears that come up about whether you can or cannot do this are just distractions. They are distracting you from making your choice. Because It's not so much about, and people ask me, well, how can I be sure this will work? And I say, well, we can only really ever be sure about the present moment here and now. And even then, that's a little up in the air. But we can only ever be here and now. We can never fully, with accuracy, predict the future or really say what happened in the past because all that's ever happening is right now. So the question to always ask yourself in your environment is, what is it I want? What is it I'm choosing? And am I choosing to go all in with it here and now? I really strongly suggest you get clear with yourself on what it is that really inspires you in your life in the moment. And you don't have to think always, big picture, like, oh, it inspires me to start, a space program, which is wonderful if you want to do that. But start here and now. What's inspiring you right now? Does it inspire you to get tea? Does it inspire you to pick up a pen and paper and start writing? Does it inspire you to meditate, to go for a walk, to take a nap? Start connecting with your energy. You are your greatest advocate and you are your greatest source. You, from the inside out, because you are an expression of the divine in the human self. And the more you give yourself that credit from a space of true self-love and awareness, the more you realize that everything is connected with you. And every choice that you make that inspires you is a choice that inspires the world. It was so much fun making this video here with you. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And please do subscribe as well. I love putting out new videos. And if you would like some resources or tools from me, or if you would like to connect with me and see if we're a good fit for working together, you can head over to daniellelyn.com. That's DanielleLynn.com. I love connecting with you. And of course, please remember, you are right where you need to be. And you're amazing. I love you, and we'll talk soon.